Hey everyone, and thanks for joining us once again. Joining me right now, I'm so excited. We have Mr. Jesse Porras. You are a veteran, also served in the Marine and during the Vietnam War, but he is so influential in our community. We're going to get to that in just a little bit. But Jesse, so it is Military Appreciation Month. Talk about your time in the service.
Well, the time in the service, I enlisted in 1974 when we were shutting down for Vietnam. I was blessed that I did 6 years. 6 years. I was over. I joined, and then when I first joined, I went into California, San Clemente, California. That's where I enlisted. From there, they sent me overseas. I got to do 13 months in Okinawa, Japan. Then from there, I went to the Philippines. I'll give you the story of everything that was, transpired with my life in the Marine Corps. After that, I trained with the what they call the natives, negritos in the Philippines, which are people that train with you in the jungle.
Yeah.
So I had to train in the jungle. Then from there, I went to Korea. From Korea, I trained with the Korean Rock Marines, and I got to see Australia because I trained with the Australian Army. It was awesome. I was in Sydney, Australia. I mean, it is very nice there. And then from there, they sent me to the coast. I went to Spain, Germany, France, Turkey, Greece, Italy, Sicily, and back to the United States. But other than that, I enjoyed my time when I was in the Marine Corps. I really did.
And so talk about, I guess, what was your job in particular? What were some of the things that you had to do?
My job was, I was a NCO, non-commissioned officer.
Okay.
I was a platoon leader, squad leader. As I progressed, I had different jobs that I had to do. I had to lead my guys into fields that we'd never been. Like in Australia, they dropped us off in helicopters. Once they dropped us off in helicopters, my job was to take them to a location and be there within a certain time. All I have is a map. Never been in Australia. So this is one of the things you learn. You learn how to read a map. You learn how to do a compass. The whole thing about being in the service, discipline, and organizing yourself to accomplish something. It's been great for me. I've learned a lot since I was there. Thing about it though, you're there with your fellow friends, and there's some incidents that you don't talk about because something might happen that had happened to one of the guys, or and you see it yourself, and it brings the worst memories that you really want to think. So you go on and try to put things together in a good moment.
And so how old were you at the time when you first?
When I enlisted,
Yeah.
I was 18 years old.
Wow. So going through, I mean, it's never easy, right? Especially during that time. How did you get through some of those hardships at even a young age?
Well, let me tell you, when I first joined, first thing I thought when they sent me overseas, first thing came to my mind was, Mom, Dad, I want to go home. I'm in the Marine Corps.
Yeah, yeah.
Once you start this training, you're Uncle Sam's. There's no more Mom or Dad. So all you got to do is maintain yourself, self-discipline, organize yourself. Hey, you got to better yourself. That's all you got to do. This is your job. This is your home. So the best thing is make something out of yourself. And that's what I did every year. Every time I was there, I try to be somebody. I would try to be a leader. Thank God I became a leader, and with my buddies there. Some of these guys, it's just like everything. Not everybody is very knowledgeable things. Not everybody picks up, real quick. But, I've always tried to do things where I can lead people to do something, as I do a lot of things that I do in Odessa. I do it on my own. I try to lead people. I try to get people together. So in the service, this is something I did, and I was making myself know that I could do it and making my family proud of me.
And so how did you get yourself into that mindset? Was that, who was your inspiration? Was it part of your upbringing through your family, or was it also your comrades?
My upbringing. My father had his own business. We were 8 in my family.
Wow.
We were 4 brothers and 4 sisters. And he struggled to give us what we had. And as I seen what he did to make things happen, then he struggled to accomplish what he wanted, which is his own business. So I figured, what I seen from my dad, I can do it myself. I can struggle to better myself, to make myself successful in what I do every time. And thank God I have.
What did your father say initially when he first found out that you were enlisted?
Well, I'm going to tell you, it's a sad story to me because when I came to go see him, he was in his business. And I came to give him some news. I went up there. They were having a party at his business. They were celebrating. I'm going to tell you what they were celebrating. I go up there, Dad, I got something to tell you. Yeah, what? And his name was Jesse. My name is Jesse. So as I walked up to him to tell him all this, he said, what's going on? As I told him, I joined the Marine Corps. He felt sad at that moment because that day that I told him was his birthday.
Aww.
I had forgot.
Oh no.
I had forgot. This is what they were celebrating there at his business, his birthday.
Aww.
And I went up there to tell him this. And then the guys all came up to me. Today's your dad's birthday. I said, oh my God. I said, Dad, I didn't mean to do this to you. That's all right, son. It's a gift that you do. You try to better yourself. So, in return, he gave me a hug and, you know, made me feel better. Like right now, I'm feeling sad about all that.
Yeah.
But anyway, I told him that I was going to make him proud of me. So, you know, he said, as long as you better yourself, son, I'm happy.
I love that.
So this is one of the reasons I made myself try to be successful in what I was doing in the Marine Corps.
That's so amazing. I love that he was so supportive along the way. What were some things that you learned during your time in the service that you always still remember that you use in your daily life today?
My daily life is I don't let no one put me down. If some say you can't do it, I'll say I can. My dad always told me there's two answers you're always going to get, son. It's a yes and a no. But if you don't try to get that answer, you'll never know. So this is one of the reasons I do everything in the community. If they tell me no, fine, I'll go another route. But you know what? I'm going to succeed in doing what I always want to do. I don't let things stop me.
Yes.
I noticed in the Marine Corps, if we had to get to that certain area in the jungle and it looked like we couldn't do it, I would tell the guys, we got to get there. We're going to get there. And we got there. So, you know, the Marine Corps brought a lot to me, gave me a lot of memories, a lot of my buddies. We all, you know, they used to call me Corporal Porras, you know, hey, or they call me JP because I try to make things justice of the peace. Oh, if we can't get an answer, we go to JP. He'll make it right. So these are things that, you know, they brought to me, and my only reason they would call me JP because my first name is Jesse, my last name is Porras. So they said, things ain't working right. We need to go talk to JP, see what we can get, you know, advice, and that's what it stuck to me.
See, everyone needs a little JP, I think. So, you know, May is also Mental Health Awareness Month. I know we have a lot of veterans in our community who do struggle with their mental health issues. To have that mindset that you have to always stay positive, to always improve, what kind of advice would you give to your other fellow veterans who are out there watching, who are maybe going through a tough time?
Well, number one, a lot of these veterans that need help, there is a place you can go in the VA. They'll help you. And you got to stay positive. The best thing that I learned when I first came, I was a little lost. I'm not going to say I wasn't. You know, the best thing that I did was get involved with my family. Staying in touch with your family, getting orientated with families and friends. It takes your mind away from issues that you don't want to think about. It makes it easier for you. It calms you from going in a different direction. Being lonely is the worst thing you can do, because when you got that time for yourself, things start popping up that, you know, I don't know what to do. I'm going crazy, la, la, la. And that's one of the reasons I started, you know, I was glad that we were 8, because I could go to one brother, 2 brothers, 1 sister, 2, 3, and then my cousins next door, there were 10. So my family was big. So this is one thing that brought me together, you know, trying to stay family orientated, to take my mind off a lot of these things, you know. It was a great thing. But I'm saying, you know, a lot of these guys that are veterans, you know, stay positive. you know, if you need help, go to the VA or go somewhere that you know that there's events. Go to an event where there's going to be a lot of people. Go to the places where, even go to church. I go to church. I thank the good Lord and give him my time that he gave me to come back here to see my family. You know, there's never a place that you can't go where you can get some happiness. Somebody who's going to be there. I'm here with you. You make me happy just seeing you. Me and you go years and years behind.
I know.
And I'm proud. I'm proud to be here doing this with you.
Oh, and I'm proud to be friends with you, Jesse. So I kind of want to take us back to one of my favorite stories. So I know we are still months away from Thanksgiving, but you were recently recognized by Congressman August Pfluger, and he was talking about how you always give back every Thanksgiving. In fact, we have some video that we could pop up, but you do this every single year. You feed the community for free. And this was us. We were driving around town finding the homeless, and you wanted to feed them for free. Why do you do all this effort every single year to give back to the community?
Well, this started in 2013 when we had that ice here. And as I was driving, I was going to go get our food for the guys. I didn't want them. I have my own business, first of all. So I didn't want the guys to drive, so I told them that I would get them the food. So as I went to Dairy Queen, I had a bunch of guys come up to me, hey, do you have any money that you can spare so we can eat? And I had mentioned them to them, I don't give money out, but I will feed you. So as we walked in, I had already ordered my food, and I told these guys, you know, give him this and that, I'll pay for it, and I'll pay for my food. And he stayed there, and they gave him the food. He took it out to his buddies. A bunch of the guys were up there. There were so many that I didn't realize this till those days that I was doing this. So I went across the street to Stripes to get gas. As I walked there, if people know on Dixie and 8th, there's a lot of homeless that are always there. So I had two guys come up here and ask me the same question. I said, you know what, I'll help you, but the only way I'll help you, I'll buy you something to eat. I won't give money out. I don't want to give this money because I don't want you to use it in the wrong direction. So we went in there, and I told the young lady, let me have all these burritos. I'll pay for them. So I gave them to him. There were about 6, 7 guys out there. So, oh, thank you, sir. So I said, no, don't worry about it. Go ahead. Go feed your buddies. I don't mind giving you. I left there to go to Albertsons next door to go get our drinks for the shop, water, Cokes, and all that. And as I leave, the same thing happened. There, between the bank and Albertsons, a lot of them sit there. At that time, there was a bunch of them because it was cold, and I understood. So they came and asked me. I said, no, I can't do that. But I'll tell you, walk in with me, I'll see what I can get you. So he walked in with me to Albertsons, and as you walk in, they have a tray or like a container there. They had those rotisserie chicken, and there was about 6 or 7 that they were still there. There was a manager there. Her name was Sally. I went and talked to her, and I called her over. I said, look, I'm going to take all these. And I took one of those tickets off where I said, I'm going to take them all. Can you bring me some bags? I'm going to give them to these guys. There's a bunch of guys over here on the side, and I want to give them to them. She said, sure, Jesse, sure. And she knew me, so I gave her a ticket, charged me for these, and I'm going to get waters and stuff. So he said, okay. So as I went, they took this food, gave it outside to these guys, and I'm coming out with a basket. And I'm going to tell you the truth. As I'm coming out with a basket, about 4 or 5 guys coming, Hispanic, Anglo, black. So I said, I don't even know these guys. So I go to grabbing my knife. I said, I don't know what's going on. They're coming at me. So I said, what's going on? So as they start running toward me, I said, I know I got a knife here. Something, I got to defend myself. Well, when they got to me, I just put my hand on my knife, just left it open. I said, when they got to me, they said, sir, we'll help you. We'll help you. What it was, they were trying to help me because I had given them food and stuff. Sir, no. I said, no, that's fine. No. So they took the basket and they went up to my expedition. They helped me put it up. Sir, thank you. God bless you. And, you know, it made me feel, and I said, oh, man, I took it wrong. But, you know, I didn't know these guys, and they were rushing me. So, you know, it was either or, good, bad. I didn't know. So, anyway, that's the truth. So, after that same day, when I left work, I went to the Market Bar and Grill. I sat there and I had a drink and I was thinking, and I knew the manager there. She asked me, Jesse, you come here, something in your mind. You don't look this way. I said, yeah, you know, today I think I saw about 15 to 20 people that came up to me, sitting here and there and everywhere. And then when I left, right on Dixie, there's a Queen Cake store that closed down, or gas station. And there's tents back there, and there's homeless and all this. And I said, you know, I got to do something. I said, I'm thinking about doing something. They asked me, what do you want to do? I want to feed them. It was 2 weeks before Thanksgiving. And I said, I got to do something. Well, what do you need? First, I need a place. And she said, okay, I'm going to talk to the owner. The next day, Kathy calls me, a little aggressive. Hi, Jesse, this is Kathy. I said, yes, ma'am. I hear you need a place because you want to feed the homeless. Yes, ma'am. I'm going to donate you my place. That was my first time I gave Thanksgiving dinner to the homeless at the Market Bar and Grill.
Oh, wow.
That's where it started. So what I did, when she said that, my eyes just said, wow. So I started making calls. I called the commissioner. I called buddies of mine. This is what's happening. I need help. I'm going to feed these guys. And la, la, la. Everybody said, all right, we'll do what we can. So I passed flyers. I went all over the place where I knew homeless were there getting flyers. Oh, really, sir? What time? Oh, really, really, really. I passed them. I knew where they were hiding, where they went to sleep. And, you know, there's a lot of places. You'd be surprised where. Anyway, I found a bunch of them. So the day of the event, I told everybody 2 o'clock, that's what I do. Around, I'm going to say 1 o'clock, 12:45, I see a bunch of people. Here I go again. I'm over here getting stuff, and someone taps me on the back. It scares me. I got a tray here. Yeah, sir, can we help you? And it was cold. So I said, yeah, go ahead. So I had mentioned to everybody in there, nobody comes in till we have everything set up. And then I saw this lady that was walking with 2 kids and pregnant. I said, you know what? Let everybody in. Let them in. Just let them in. We won't feed them till we give grace, and then we'll start the program, or should I say the meal. So we did all this, and so funny that day I had called the manager, and she said, does this TV works while we're sitting here? Yeah, the cable's paid up. We don't got TV. I said, I'm not worried about it. So I went into my business, grabbed the TV, put it up there, grabbed my phone. You know, on the phone you can go apps, click, turn it on. The Dallas Cowboys were playing.
Wow.
And all of a sudden, and to be another thing, they won that day.
Wow, oh my gosh, that's awesome. The
you know,
stars aligned.
Yeah, everything was, the guys came in, they had this meal, and people were happy. I said, you know what, we're going to clean. You want seconds, y'all are welcome. Y'all don't have to leave till I start closing doors. Thank you, sir, it's cold out there. I said, don't worry about it. Y'all are welcome here till I start fixing to close the doors. So ever since then, when I did that, just stayed in my mind. You know what? For there's a reason the good Lord provided me this thing. I'm going to keep doing it. So I've been doing it for over 10 years.
This will be the 10th year, right?
This will be the 10th year.
Wow. So
I'm going to keep doing it till the good Lord calls my name, but I'm going to keep doing it.
That's so great. And I remember talking to certain people, and it's just that small gesture that you did. And I mean, it is a lot of work, but it made such an impact on everyone. How does it feel to have that instant gratification knowing you're helping so many families out there who might be down on their luck?
You know, I'm happy that I can do it. I'm not trying to be a hero or nothing. I'm happy that I can provide, because if it wasn't that I have my business and I have the time, the mindset here, which gives me, you know what, this makes me feel better. Doing this makes me feel better. Like when the storm came, nobody had electricity. I set up a shelter on A Street, and I had the sheriff department bring them there. We had all kinds of people. Matter of fact, we had some veterans that never been registered. We registered through line there at that shelter. I was so happy that I needed a shuttle bus so we can go pick people up. because there was a lot of people that needed electricity, water, and somewhere to stay. So Modesto Transportation, the taxi, they have a charter bus, and we do work for them also. They came. I went up there to ask them. He said, "Here, Jesse, use it. You can do what you got to do."
That's great.
So they gave me the charter bus. I used it for about 3-4 days. What else can I want? So that's what I'm saying. The good Lord provides to help people. And any way that I can do what I can do to help people, to get families together, this is my thing. My quest is the parades, the Thanksgiving, Memorial. It's all about family. It's all about family. It's all it's all about me trying to bring families together. Realize, hey, you need to know that you've got someone there, a family member. You know, don't ignore them. Bring them with you. Be part of what we do, because you never know when the good Lord's gonna take them. I say this in respect. When I started this, I might shed a tear or two, but I shed it because I lost my son. He was 16. When I lost my son, I closed my doors in my mind for 2 months. I was lost. The Marine Corps started popping in. I got to do something. You know, I wasn't going the right route. I was going wrong. I didn't want to see people. I didn't want to do this. Again, I was blessed. My family members started coming to me. Jess, we're here for you. Jess, we're here. We can't tell you how you feel because we don't know. He was my firstborn. His name was Jesse too. So it broke my heart. But in return, slowly the good Lord opened me again. And that's when I really took charge of trying to give to the community, because you never know when you're going to lose a family member. So be happy that you've got them now. And don't forget, they're there, you're here, get together. Because it might be too late to say, I love you, or I'll be there. Don't wait, do it now. You have the opportunity.
Do you feel like Jesse is proud of what you're doing right now and looking down on you and seeing all your accomplishments?
He was a good-hearted guy, my boy. Yes, I do think. The guy, I feel that he was so hearted. Where he was going to school, they loved him so much, they put a plaque there in his remembrance at that school, at his elementary school. And that plaque is still there. They put a tree, a plaque, and it's still there. I go up there, we clean it. We you know, I'm so grateful for the school doing this for me, for my son.
Do you feel that every event you do, and it's not just the Thanksgiving dinner, it's everything from Dia de los Muertos, and every event that you are involved with, do you do that all in honor of your son as well?
I do it in honor that let him know, I'm giving, and this is why I say bringing families together. I wish that he was with me, but in my heart, he's here with me. He's always going to be here. I'm a Marine Corps, a veteran, but as a man, I'll still cry for him. I'm not going to lie to you. With you, I've always been straight. I still have a piece of me that has him always. Anything that I do to bring family members together, I do it because, hey, I don't forget. I'm going to keep things going. As long as you're with me, I'll keep going.
Aw, I love that so much. Well, as we're still talking about families, so this weekend is Memorial Day weekend, and you have an event that's coming up. So talk about what people can expect and where it's going to be.
This event that I've got, it's on Saturday at the Music City Mall. This is to remember all our men and women that have fought for us, sacrificed their life, and we're not trying to forget what they've done to give our freedom. And in return, as I always say, all gave some, and some gave all. Mm-hmm. So in return, I ask our community, surrounding areas, give a little sacrifice of your life. And remember these guys come to the event and see what the programs consist of. Be part of what we're doing in remembering all our soldiers, our men and women that have sacrificed their lives to give us what we've got now. You know, some we came back, that's why we say some gave, all gave some, we're here, and some gave all, they're not here. But it's myself, this is one of the reasons I do what I do, to remember these guys. We call them the fallen heroes. I have a wall, what we call for the Rolling Thunder. This wall consists of all the soldiers, men and women, their pictures, their years when they passed away in time of war. They're bringing in from Houston, but I have fellow Americans, friends, that are going to meet it in Monahans, escorted with motorcycles all the way to Odessa, to the Music City Mall. This is a tradition that is done everywhere. This is a tradition I'm going to keep doing. Mm-hmm. I ask anybody that has a motorcycle that is willing to volunteer their time on Saturday at 9:30 at the American Legion to be there with their motorcycles. And if you want to bring a Jeep, a car, just be about what we're doing. You're welcome. You're welcome. I've also, this year, be my first year doing it this way. I invite all the kids that want to be part of this in singing the national anthem, God Bless America, America Beautiful. Come on down to the mall. We're going to practice today at 6 o'clock. The more the merrier. Bring your kids. This is, again, getting families together, recognizing what this program's about, not forgetting those that gave their lives for us.
And so for any families who want their kids to be involved, how can they reach out and get involved with you?
They can call me at 432-770-9423. I'll repeat it again. 432-770-9423 at 6 o'clock today at the Music City Mall in front of Dillard's. We're going to practice. Anyone that wants to be part of what we're doing, come on down.
Okay.
Please come, join us.
And so just to sum everything up, Memorial Day weekend, and you kind of touched on it a little bit. A lot of people get this confused with, Veterans Day. And so we talk about the freedoms that we have as Americans here in this country. What is something that you want other families to take away this Memorial Day weekend?
On Memorial is to remember in happiness, not in sadness. That remember the men and women that fought, and this is why we're here. Veterans Day is also another day that we remember of all veterans, live or passed away. That's the difference between Veterans Day. It consists of all that had enlisted in armed forces. That's what the Veterans Day is, to remember everyone enlisted. And again, everyone that all gave some and some gave all. All veterans. This is what Veterans Day different from Memorial. Memorial is to remember the ones that have passed away in time of war.
Very
so
well
I encourage everybody to come to the Music City Mall. See what the ROTC from Permian High School is going to perform. This is going to be way bigger. I've done it so many years, but this year I'm so happy, I'm excited. And if I can persuade this young lady in front of me to be there, and
I will be
part
there. I will be there.
and speak on her behalf, I'll be grateful.
Well, I will be there for sure. And thank you so much for joining us, Jesse. It's so awesome to hear your story and the advice and just being so inspirational to our community. And I really hope that a lot of people can take that and everything that you said today and just always keep that mentality and do it in honor of your son. And that's exactly what you do. So thank you for being here. And if you guys want to catch everything else that Jesse has been doing, be sure to call him and reach out to him if you want to be involved with the Memorial Day festivities that are happening this weekend. But other than that, we'll see you guys next time.